guys, Rika here, and today I'm doing part 3 of a new friend achievement, which is the Skyscale egg infusions. It's worth noting you do not have to do these in the exact order. I'm just going to do them in order for the sake of the video, but you can do your world bosses, you can do your reviving allies at any time. The second to last step is going to involve you defeating 4 world bosses, so working on that over time can be a little bit smarter than what I did, but if you have the world boss portal device, it's really easy to just jump from one to another and get it done in maybe 40 minutes. For reviving allies, it does say when the little achievement thing pops up that you only need 15, you do actually need 20, so keep that in mind. But it is going to be easier than the original collection just because it's only 20 and because it does count if you do both other players and NPCs. With all of that said, please do see the links in the description if you need more information, and good luck! For the fourth step, Skyscale of Ice, if you don't feel like doing Jormag, of course you can just go to Bitterfrost Frontier, and you do not have to go during the ice storms of winter, the whole night meta thing. You can actually find ice storms in a few different places, which I'm going to show you here. For the Hidden Garden jumping puzzle, you do have to find a portal, which you open by killing one of the bosses in the map. I do have a video on the Hidden Garden jumping puzzle if you care to actually do that, and it does show you a little bit more in detail how to get in there. See the link in the description. To be clear, you do not have to complete this jumping puzzle in order to do the Skyscale Egg Infusion collection. All you have to do is get up to the Cluster of Wind. Skyscale of Life is really simple. You need to revive 20 allies. Those can be NPCs or other players, and it can be done at any time in any map. So I like to find a place where there are a bunch of downed allies Those would be NPCs. And Metrica Province is one of my favorite places just because you can always find them in these sort of heart quest and event areas, and they're really quick respawns. Skyscale of Blood. This one is really simple. You need to kill 100 enemies in this area. It does specify that you need to do it in the Centaur camp, but you can actually also do it in the blood fields with the, what are they, Skelk, I believe, down there. You can kill those enemies and get credit as well. So you can spread out a little bit more. I do find it odd that ArenaNet specified this, not just zone, not just area, but this Centaur camp. Considering how many people are going to be doing this collection, it's kind of puzzling to me. When I did this on my other account, my EU account, it actually took a while because there were so many people farming these centaurs, just the entire area, that even if you were only auto-attacking, things are just, they're dropping dead really quickly with all of these level 80s. So I do find it strange that it wasn't just kill 100 centaurs or kill 100, you know, whatever in this zone. Something like that instead, but at least now it is starting to die down a little bit. Skyscale of Death requires you to interact with a coffin by the hero point at the Temple of Growth. This one is actually very easy, but I would recommend either trying to get here when the events are not going, when the Temple of Growth is not contested, or with a tankier build. Basically, if the events are going, you do take a lot of damage, and even though you're not actually channeling to interact with the coffin, it can be difficult to get to the coffin if you're really squishy. For Skyscale of Spirit, this one is right north from the waypoint. It's super easy, but if you haven't been here yet, it is pretty easy to go through the Plains of Ashford to the Ascalon City waypoint and just go north to the portal there. This waypoint is right inside the zone from there. Skyscale of Fear is my favorite item in this collection and was actually my favorite item in the original collection as well. You get to go to Ebonhawk, piss off some chickens, and let them attack you. The angry chickens are absolutely hilarious. I love them. As I mentioned at the very beginning, Skyscale of Courage is going to be the last egg infusion you have to do before you go back to Dyanne, and it's going to require you doing 4 world bosses. If you've already been doing world bosses, you know, for weeklies or just for fun, you know, to make gold, something like that, you will have already gotten some credit for this. So it's just a matter of doing 4 of your choice. If you have the world boss portal device, you can just basically hop from one to another, and it's going to take you maybe like 10 to 15 minutes per world boss at maximum, depending on the boss, of course. If you don't have the world boss portal device, I would recommend looking in LFG for world boss trains. They do run regularly, especially on the weekends, and that will make it go by super fast. So you can either look in LFG under Central Tyria for squads doing the world boss trains, or you can go ahead and go to the wiki for the event timers, find a world boss that's coming up, go to that world boss and see if there are any commanders there who haven't gone into LFG who are doing world boss trains. So there are a few suggestions I have for this. One, at reset, you have Tequatl the Sunless, the Meth Dragon, and then the Karka Queen. That's 2 world bosses right there. The other suggestion is look at what your weekly world boss is and ask your guildies or your friends what their world boss weekly achievements are, because you're definitely going to have people farming those at all times of the day. Last but not least, if you have a commander tag, just tag up, put yourself in the LFG for the world boss train, check the event timers, and hop from one to another. It's not going to take very long, trust me. I didn't have to do that, thankfully, because there are so many people doing these right now. But if you just happen to be online during what seems like a dead time, if you put your group in LFG for a world boss train, people are definitely going to join. Probably the coolest thing about being able to tag up like that is that you don't have to know what you're doing. Just get people in the group and ask them for suggestions on what you should be doing, and they will definitely give them to you. The only problem that I see arising from that is if you don't have all of the waypoints and you don't have the world boss portal device, it can be a little bit challenging getting where you need to go. As always, thank you all for watching, and please do stay tuned for A New Friend Part 4.